Are we here? Are we live? Yeah. Oh, hey, hi Caroline. Perfect timing. Right on the dot. Welcome to the second ever Good Morning America. We're figuring this out. We're figuring this out. We would love feedback. We want to know what you love, what you don't, what questions you want next time, et cetera, et cetera. So the current format is an Ask Me Anything format. So you come in, and right now I'm talking to people in a Zoom room, and it's getting streamed to YouTube. And you can't see anybody's faces in the Zoom room because some of the things we talk about are pretty intimate, but you can hear their voices. So if you're in the Zoom room right now and you just joined and you have a question, your voice is going to be heard, but you don't want people to know your name, just change your name in Zoom and I'll call you whatever you call yourself. Welcome. Oh, we have another person too. Jaime or Jamie? Nice. Nice. Okay, Addie, first question. Oh, and this is Addie, my other half,
Hello, everybody.
professionally.
The first question we have is from Instagram. It is, what questions do you think a new couple should ask one another? What conversations they need to have during the early warm and fuzzy phase?
Okay, so I have a hot take on this because instead of the list of here are the things you should definitely talk about, I actually think it's notice the way that they treat the people that they say they love. That's more important in your conversations because when they're in the honeymoon phase where they're trying to get you to love them or you to be into them, they are going to say all the right things and try to figure out what you want them to respond with. And even if they're trying not to do that and trying to be honest, they can't help themselves. But how they treat the people they love is how they will eventually treat you if they actually love you. So, above everything else, that's the thing I look at. And then I also think it's really good to have the conversations about what is your vision for the future? Where do you want to go? Do you want to move around the world or stay in one place? There's some like logistical things to figure out too before your heart totally goes out the window. And still, that's not as important as how do they treat the people that they love. That's my answer to that. Next, do we have another question? Please. We didn't tell for everybody watching the replay of this on YouTube. We forgot to tell anybody this was happening until literally 20 minutes ago. And by we, I mean me. I didn't post it or anything. So, which is a bummer because guys, this is maybe the best outfit I've ever worn in my entire life. Look at this, right? Thank you, KJ. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Do we have another question, Eddie?
Not at the moment, we don't, but it sounds like Jamie has a
Livia. Oh
question.
my God, Livia's back. We love Livia. Hi.
Wow. It's been so long. A week. It's
A
been a
whole
week.
week. Oh my God. I'm so glad you're here again. This is a blast.
Yeah. So last time we chatted a week ago, you like blew my brain a little bit. And then the whole day I was so nervous and so like I had so much anxiety come up. And I noticed that um let's see. You mentioned that the scene questions are for me to ask myself.
Yeah.
And my whole system was like, no, no, we should not be asking these questions to
Whoa.
myself,
Yeah.
to self, that these are strictly for other people. We know other people, we do not know ourselves. And I started thinking about me and my wife, and she is someone who just like self, genuine authenticity is so important to her, one of her highest values.
Mm.
And for me, in our early marriage, I was like, babe, why can't we just comply with what your dad says? Why can't we just do the things that other people want us to do? Because it's so much easier. It's
Mm.
easier to just do what other people say to do. And the whole genuine thing, I was like, oh my goodness, this is making everyone stress out. Let's not stress anyone out and just do what other people say. And so I've noticed this about myself. And then all of my like protector parts are like, no, shut down, system shut down. So then I just forget. I just don't even realize that that's a struggle in my brain, and I continue to go about life.
Mm.
And then someone brings it up again, and all of a sudden, all the crazy and then the system shuts down again, and I
Mm.
just don't think about it. I don't remember it. It's not a worry until it brings back up, and the cycle continues. And it sucks. It's a sucky cycle to continue.
Yeah.
And I need help. I don't know what to do. I've tried talking to people about it, and a lot of people just are like, that's weird. You're weird. I don't know. I don't
Wait,
understand.
so you're saying like you have an issue gets brought up in your relationship, and then once you're done talking about it, it goes to the side as
Yep.
if it, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's
That's
gone.
not weird.
It's
That's
gone.
yeah, yeah. And what's frustrating for you, probably, okay, follow-up question. Then
Yeah.
when when your partner or the other person brings up an issue, is do you suddenly have access to the issues you have?
Uh, Occasionally, if it connects, like if the issue connects, if the issue doesn't connect, no.
Yeah.
If it's related, if the issue's related.
Okay, so your question is how
What the heck am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. That's my
for to what end? What do you
I
wish happened instead?
I think the shutdowns are really annoying. I
Mhm.
hate them actually. And I've tried to do like parts work, go in and talk to the shutdown.
Mm.
Whoever is shutting down the system, what's happening? And um I some of it was helpful, and then other like parts that I talk to, I get too close to information, and then they're like, nope, connect to shutdown, shutdown complete, and then everything's gone.
Yeah.
It's Yeah. So what am I supposed to do? I want to be able to connect to people in a genuine way and show up as me,
Yep.
but I don't know who that is. I don't know who I am. I have no idea. I've spent my entire life being, tell me what to do and I will do the thing that you want me to do to keep me safe.
Yeah. You know how to be likable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know
You're
how to
the
be cool.
you're just the
And I
king and
avoid the
queen
people
of
that don't like me.
likability. Yeah. Okay. What I'm hearing is that you were taught pretty consistently and aggressively that being seen is it's something that you yearn for more than anything in the world. And because of that, it's the scariest thing to lose, so it's the scariest thing to have. So when
Mm,
somebody starts, if you start to see yourself or somebody else starts to see you, it's mayday, mayday, mayday. I'm going to get life or death level rejection.
mm-hmm.
So when you're dealing with the shutdowns
Yep.
aren't the problem. It's the all day, moment to moment, who's checking in on you and accepting you. It seems like that
Uh,
if I could give you a medicine, like an injection of medicine, it would be do the thing you think they'll reject and ask them to do nothing but accept you. So I thought this is my healing journey because I was
mm,
similar to you. It's like I have no idea who I am. I know how to be likable. I know what you need. I call it strategic vulnerability. So
mm.
people thought that I was really open,
Yes.
but what I was actually doing was I would notice where they had pain and I'd go, okay, so that's the thing I can tell you about myself. I'll lead with that. Now you think I'm being vulnerable. And I would not have at the time called it manipulation, but I'm manipulating you into liking me. And I'm
Yeah.
performing a version of me that I think you'll like. So how do then I don't trust anybody because you only like me for the performance. And that I firmly believe is what got me to the point of wanting to end my life. And my shift was it was such an extreme because you're right, it's so much easier. It was
Yeah.
such an extreme. I was like, well, you know what? Right now, I feel like the option is either I'm going to end this or I have to live different than I have lived. And when I could put it on paper like that, I was like, well, that's worth the risk then. So then I went to trustworthy people, and all I asked for was just don't leave. Like I'm really upset right now, and what I want to do is run to my own place in my room and hide until I feel better, and then I'm going to come back and I'll be happy and you'll love me. Instead, I'm going to cry in front of you. And it's going to freak me out. So I'm probably going to cry harder and have a panic attack. All I want you to do is stay. And I had conversations with people in my life where I just said, please just witness me. There are going to be some things, I don't even know what they are. And all I need for you to do is not leave. And then I would let them know when it was happening. I'd be like, it's happening. And I would like, stay, just witness me. And you just need one person to do that, to open the door. But this is, no one can do it for you, right? The first step is I'm going to dare to be seen and I'm going to be vulnerable in it instead of aggressive in it. I'm going to be like, here it is. So you have to do it with trustworthy people. But when you do that, it is a different level of living. It's like the most, and then you meet yourself and suddenly you don't have to define yourself anymore because you know you. It's the same way you know your closest friends. You just know you. It's like, well, I don't know how to describe you. I know what I feel and I know what I want and I know, and it's that. But we are relational creatures, and so we can't just do it on our own. You can't just on your own do all of the parts work inside and then accept you enough that everyone else doesn't need to accept you, which is what I was trying to do. If I just accept me hard enough, then I'll never have to show me to you, and then you can't reject me, and then I'm fine. That's
100%.
yeah. It doesn't work. So that practice finding trustworthy people and daring to be seen by them, and what it means is I don't want you to fix it or solve it, or I would just want you to witness me and still love me.
My wife would love that. She would love to be that person.
Yeah. I'd start it in a small way. It's what I call a micro honesty practice, where
Oh,
you do check-ins throughout the day, and you try on your feelings like clothes, and the entire objective of the game is the other person doesn't reject you, no matter what you say. So like my husband and I do this, and he'll be like, I'm annoyed, and I'll be like, oh, that's interesting, what do you think that is? He'll be like, because you chewing so loud, and and then I'm like, just I stay in curiosity, and I'll go, well, you're not always annoyed by this, so is something else going on? Like, what's going on?
yeah.
And being accepted around negative emotions especially is so powerful, because almost all of us were trained. You've got a negative
Mm.
emotion, shape up, have a better attitude, go to your
Yep.
bedroom until you are happy again. Nobody wants this attitude around here. Why are you crying so much? This isn't that big of a deal. Like constant, as you're growing up, telling you, if you have a negative emotion, you do not deserve love. Get your act together. And having a micro honesty practice where somebody does the opposite and gets
Mhm.
curious actually reduces the intensity of the negative emotion, because it doesn't have to fight to deserve to be there. So you just get to be like, I'm annoyed. And then your partner's like, wow, really interesting. And you talk about it and you're like, I'm not annoyed anymore. Cool. Because the feeling isn't the problem, it's the resistance to it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna
Okay.
have my wife hop on and watch this after it's finished so she can be on the same page.
Yes. And you got to do it for each other, because if you do it one way, that's going to feel weird.
Oh yeah, yes,
Okay.
agreed. Okay. Okay. Woo, we
I
got
also
this. We
did
got
you
this.
did you see my post this week of I'd rather you trust me forever than like me right now?
I haven't been on media this week.
That's your
So,
mantra.
so okay.
That's your mantra. I'd
Say it
rather
again.
you trust me forever than like me right now.
Oh, trust me forever. Wait, write down. I need to find a pen.
I'd rather you trust me forever than like me right now. It's a really good stepping stone from people pleasing and likability, because that part of your brain that's terrified they'll reject you. I'd rather you trust me forever than like me right now goes, well, they're not going to like you tomorrow if you lie to them today. It helps. It kind of uses the defense mechanism for good. I'd rather you trust me forever than like me right now.
Okay. Ooh, keep
Uh,
thinking about that one.
What a
Okay.
great question. I'm so
Thank
glad you
you.
came, Olivia. It's
Thank you
so
so
many people that I can't believe anybody thinks that's weird. That's so common.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Thank
so,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, you too.
Do we have another question? I love these. Oh, here we go. I can see Addie working. Something is happening. I don't see anything. I
Oh,
don't
you
hear.
don't. I am. Lindsay said, can't raise my hand. Okay, cool. I assumed that that meant that you wanted to be added. Let's see.
Is it a Lindsay I know?
Oh, I need you to. Lindsay, will you turn on your camera if possible?
You won't be seen on YouTube.
You won't be seen on YouTube.
Only my face is on YouTube. Your voice is on YouTube. Is this Lindsay from last week? Is this the
I
same
don't know.
crew?
It also does not seem. Okay, your camera's not working. All right, then how about we just unmute you? We can't pull you up as a spotlight, but let's unmute you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
I've never been on here before, so not a Lindsay, you know.
Okay, fun. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I just started following your content. I love it. And I didn't know you did these, so this is fun.
I mean, this is the second one ever.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
great. So
yeah.
I'll add it to my calendar. Um, but yeah, so a little background right now. I'm married. I have a daughter. My husband and I have been together for 10 years. We're currently separated. We've
Okay.
been struggling for a while. I'm already getting emotional.
Hmm.
Um, he recently had an emotional affair with a coworker
Hmm.
that I'm trying to work through. Um, and I'm in my own therapy. We're doing therapeutic separation with a couples counselor,
Hmm.
which we haven't gone back yet. It's only been like 6 weeks or so since I found everything out.
Hmm.
So it's pretty fresh.
Okay, yeah.
Um, I think a lot of our struggles before were just like a lot of the things you talk about, communication. He's very avoidant. It's hard to be
Hmm.
heard. Um, things like that that he just can't see in himself. And I would never expect this from him. Like this was so not something that he would have ever done. And
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't really recognize himself either. And but he's like so resistant to therapy on his own.
Hmm.
And I'm just like trying to figure out how, or even if someone can actually, or have you ever seen marriages like come back from something like this, or if it's even possible to do that. Um, I know it takes two people to do that. And I just feel like he's not getting what he needs to work on. I'm doing everything I can
Yeah.
to work on myself, and I'm getting more clear on like I can see the patterns more now too, just being separated, like the toxic kind of patterns that have been happening. And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
yeah, I guess my question more so is like I don't know how to even like act around him now. I'm trying to set boundaries, but I'm like, you get pulled back in, and it's I want him to know I'm serious. I've probably put up with more than I should have based on his just emotional inavailability throughout
Hmm.
our relationship. So right now I'm trying to like show him that I'm serious, that I am setting boundaries with him so that he understands like you need to do the work too.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm trying, and I'm in like emotionally just confused, because I love him. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have any advice on that or
There's
coaching. There's so much involved.
so much there. You're There's so much there. To answer the first literal question of have I
Yeah.
seen people recover from this? Yes. Have I helped people recover from this? Yes. Have moving deeper into what you're saying, I'm it sounds like there's this tangled knot in your mind,
Mm,
maybe more accurately your heart, of trying to figure out what's yours and what's his and
yeah.
how to communicate that after you know it and how to know it in the first place. Is
Mm,
that's sounds like this place that you're in now.
yeah. I do feel like I kind of became more of like a mother
Yeah.
role with his emotions. So trying not to be
Mm.
that and let him like bear the consequences of his actions and realize he has to figure that out on his own, I guess.
How are you doing that?
I've really been setting boundaries and trying to be very clear about like how I'm not emotionally or I'm not I don't have the emotional capacity to like talk to him right now about how he feels about anything. So I've made that like very clear to him that I'm working on my own healing through this and the betrayal and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um I'm trying to not react when he has emotions about things. I often get very triggered when people get emotional. I take things personally a lot. So
Okay.
I'm working on not taking like what he has to say or how he's feeling about anything right now
Mm.
personally and just letting him deal with that emotion on his own. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
a fixer. Like I try to like fix things all the time.
Mm.
Um so I'm really trying to let him own his emotions and not take that on as my responsibility anymore, I guess is a better
Yeah.
interpretation of that. Um, I've been journaling a lot of my thoughts, really trying to get clear on where I'm at too. I've been working with my therapist on figuring out what I need and what I would need from him and all of that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been trying to do at this point. It's hard with the emotional aspect. Like I do sometimes feel like the way he's acting, like we're he's very he's showing up now, but it's like, why are you doing that now? Why, like,
Mm-hmm.
what's your intentions now? Like I don't trust him now
Yeah.
right now. So
Yeah.
I do sometimes feel like a lot of his like affection or emotions were just soothe himself. And so I'm not giving him access to me in that way anymore right now
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like he needs to do that for himself. So that's probably another thing I've been trying to do. But then I feel like am I being too cold? Is that like, I don't know if what I'm supposed to be doing, I guess.
Yeah. That sentence is the way it always feels. What
Yeah.
am I supposed to be doing? And the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Because what are you supposed to be doing is like, well, what am I it's so
Yeah.
confusing.
Mm-hmm.
In rebuilding trust of any kind, what is always part of it is accepting that two things are happening at one time. You
Mm-hmm.
have the trust you're rebuilding,
Right.
but you also have the stuff that happened.
Yes.
And it would be abandoning yourself to ignore that. So
Right.
if you abandon yourself, that's breaking trust with yourself, and then you can't have trust with them.
Right.
So you're in that process now. If I pull back completely and simplify this down,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's treating it like you've just learned you've learned more about him. And the indication, you saying I would never expect him to do this, that's pretty common because I made a post about this too. The cheaters that I've seen, which I realize is the people who are trying to recover from cheating, so it's not all cheaters. the
Right.
ones that I work with are almost always people pleasers. They're almost
Oh,
always
he is. He
real.
so is. Yes. Like to an extreme.
Yeah. So you don't expect it because they are very good and their whole MO and the thing in their head all the time is how do I get you to respond the way I want you to feel the way I want you to? What do you want me to do? I'll do it. How do I
Right.
be the perfect person? I'll be it. So
Yeah.
they are doing that. So eventually they feel empty and unseen and not connected. And also the sparkle is gone. You're not wowed by them being a people pleaser anymore. And that's the whole fuel. So then they go and wow somebody else, then feel seen to the level that they're able to feel seen with somebody
Mhm.
else. And
That's
then you're
exactly.
shocked because they've been so committed and beautiful to you. And it's like, wait, who are you really? And it's very confusing. And the first trust that you have to rebuild is not the trust with that person, it's the trust with yourself. Because there's also
Mhm.
a lot of it is, I should have known, or maybe I did know and I didn't listen to myself. There are all of these, you're going back and you're rewriting history and where you should have seen things and where you didn't see things, where you did see things but pretended you didn't. And like
Yeah.
that whole thing is happening at
Mhm.
this, especially at this phase. 0% effort goes into changing their behavior,
Mhm.
and 100% effort goes on healing your relationship with yourself. It's
Yeah.
not the relationship with them, your relationship with yourself, which you're already
Mhm.
doing. Like you're
Yeah.
already on that path. You're already journaling and figuring out what you're feeling, and it's going to feel terrible
Mhm.
at some points. And then there are going to be these points that you feel freer than you've ever felt
Mhm.
because you are standing up for yourself and you are seeing yourself. The one thing that will kill you, not like I'm still not even talking about your relationship. This
Yeah.
is getting sucked into the victim villain
Mhm.
because especially with betrayal and especially in this culture, because our culture is like of all of the things you can do as a partner, the worst thing is cheating. If you
Mhm.
watch a movie and they want you to hate somebody, they make sure that person cheats on their spouse.
Mhm.
That's how much this culture hates cheating. And so
Yeah.
your brain will go, great, done, clarified. He's the villain, I'm the victim. And in the instant that you think that, it feels incredible. The instant after, you feel so powerless and you feel so weak.
Yeah.
Removing the blame from it, that's the real healing. If you can get to the point that it doesn't mean you accept that behavior, it doesn't even mean you stay with him.
Mhm.
But getting to the point that you're not trying to blame him for the pain he caused you, just understanding, oh, okay. This is who he is. This is what he's capable
Mhm.
of. This is the capacity he has to see himself, which means that's the capacity he has to see me. That
Mhm.
getting to that point is your goal. Your goal is to get to the point that you no longer feel like his victim and you don't view him as a villain because then you're your own hero.
Mhm.
Then you're able to step forward.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in that balance right now where like I can see how both of our interactions, like I'm not perfect throughout the years have like gotten us to the point that we're at,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't feel like he's a villain really. I feel what he did was shitty for sure, but I could see how we got to this point. I don't think that is any an excuse for any cheating ever.
No.
So the behavior I'm not accepting, of course, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at the balance where I'm like, I can't accept this version of you. And I don't know if you have the capacity, like you said. I've kind of been thinking about that this week. Like, I have 4 questions I wrote down. We have a couples therapy appointment coming up that's going to talk about everything that has been going on during the separation. And my questions were like, one of them was like, do you even have the capacity to take full responsibility for this and like move
Mm-hmm.
forward? Because we can't even repair our marriage until we repair this. Like
Yeah.
now we have to do this first. When before it was like more of an even playing field, like we could both acknowledge what our parts were. but now I feel like it's not that even anymore. Like we need to fix this first now. Like, do you have the ability to even do that? Because right now I'm not seeing that at all. So yeah, I'm like, I can see how
Yeah.
we got here, but you need to like step up because I'm not going to accept
Yeah.
this anymore. And our daughter doesn't deserve to have, to see any of this type of dynamic.
You sound like you're exactly where you should be on the path. You you are you are learning. You're both aware. Something that's really beautiful in what you're saying is you are aware of the dynamics and the parts and the relationship, and
Mhm.
you really are living up to the goal that you said of I don't want to be the mom anymore for my partner. I don't want to carry his emotions. I don't want to do the
Yeah,
work for him because I can't. And no one can do the work for us. No one can save you but yourself.
right.
And you're doing that.
Hmm.
And it just sucks. It's so
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
because I can be a people pleaser too, so that it's hard to be firm because I feel bad. I don't, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want him to
I know. I mean,
feel bad, but like
I've
you
been cheated.
gotta
Yeah.
recognize like what's happening here.
Yeah, it's so hard. And the person that cheated, like when somebody cheats on you and then they're trying to fix it. They're doing so many wonderful things that you asked for forever.
Yeah,
And
but
so
it's
then
like
you
the
feel
wrong things though. It's not like the things he should be working on. I feel
you're like, yeah, it's another method of avoidance.
yeah, he's just trying to make me forget about it. I'm like, I'm not going to forget about this, and we're not brushing things under the rug anymore. Like, it has to be addressed. We will be talking about it more than once. Like, like this
Mm-hmm.
isn't something that I'm going to ignore.
Do you say that?
Yeah, I have said that to him. I'm like, you know that we're going to have to talk about this.
Yeah,
I need.
that's good.
That's how we would need to repair. Like, we're not going to just not talk about it. Like, it's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
And if it takes two to talk, and so if he's not talking, that gives you your answer of what your next step is. That's the other part when I'm working with couples who are, for any reason or any level of betrayal, what do we do next? Like, how do we stay together? Do we leave? That
Yeah.
it's always too soon. That's too soon to ask that question. It's so overwhelming. It puts the stakes are so high in every conversation if that's the question in your head.
Hmm.
Your
Hmm.
question is just what's the next best step for my healing?
Yeah.
Not even the healing of the relationship. What's the next best step to healing this issue?
Hmm.
For me, for like the way you're explaining it, uh, would be what you're saying. I want to get better at boundaries. I want to be more honest about what I need in the moment.
Hmm.
So that's your question you ask when you're like, oh, this is awful. And you can hear yourself going to, okay, do we stay? Do we go? Are we all in? Are we all out? Then you
Yeah.
switch. Well, this issue right now that's happening right now in this moment where he's sweeping it under the rug or I feel misunderstood or whatever. What's the
Mhm.
healing I need in this moment, in this issue?
Yeah.
Do that healing and you'll slowly walk yourself in the direction you were, the most aligned direction that feels good to you and is empowered by you versus what you're supposed to do. It'll be the
Right.
thing. It's like truly yours. Does that make sense? I'm still trying to figure
Yeah,
out how to explain that.
that makes sense. I need to shift away. Like when I first found out, I was like trying to think, well, what do I do to get him to see this or that? And now I'm more shifting to like,
Yes,
what
girl.
do I do to like make sure I'm doing what feels good for me and
Yes.
and also shows him like my boundaries, like and that I'm serious and
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, and it's not going to be the same ever as before. Like it would have to be a whole new marriage if we even decided
Yes.
that route.
Yes.
I
I think
don't
your
want to go back
microphone.
to that ever.
Oh, we're back. Your microphone got covered, but
Oh,
then I could hear you. It was just really silent or
okay.
quiet. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's what boundaries are. It's got nothing to
Yeah,
do with the other person.
exactly.
It's what actions am I taking? And then
Mhm.
actually communicating those actions.
Yeah,
And
the next,
sometimes,
go ahead.
well, sometimes you don't have to go to, there are three levels there. There's the, well, two levels. There's the request and then the boundary. Like you can request and then boundary. So how
Mhm.
I teach gentle boundaries slash request, depending on which verbiage you want to use, is the vision that you've got or the positive intention you've got. So pick, PIT, the positive intention you've got that you're trying
Mhm.
to head towards, an invitation to join you there, and then a
Mhm.
collaboration of how to get there. So that sounds
Yeah.
like, I really want to recover from this. Is that something you want to do? Yes, no. If it's yes, then okay. I, for me, I know I have to talk about this in a way that we both take accountability.
Mhm.
That includes you. How do you think we get there? And it's a question. So the first step is a question of how do we get there together as a team? That's how I do gentle boundaries slash requests. And then firm boundaries are if they say no, they don't want to do that, or they say yes, but they're not interested in the things you need to get there. You
Yeah.
go, okay, well, I need that. So if we don't get that, that might mean you're not a bad person, but you're not my person.
Yeah. What was it was positive intention. What was the
Positive intention, invitation,
collaboration?
collaboration. I hesitated because I actually changed it.
Oh.
So I changed it. Okay. I changed it to DIC because it's more memorable. It's literally in the new workbook as Dick because it's dream, invitation, collaboration. I was like, no one's gonna forget that. But then this is the first time I'm on like a public platform about to explain it, and I was like, do I want to say that?
It definitely would be remembered.
Dream, invitation, collaboration. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah.
I you
Thank you.
you are doing so many of the right things. The amount of healing in the story you just told me that you've done from the type of relationship you used to have with him, which reflected the relationship you had with yourself, to the type
Yeah.
of relationship you're building with yourself now is so empowered and so badass. And it's such a scary space to be in, the one you're in right now. I've been there.
Yeah. For
It's
sure.
terrifying and confusing.
Yeah.
And instead of going, okay, whatever, I'll just like, well, I don't know, we'll do what do I need to do to make it work? It's no, no. What do I need
Yeah.
to do?
Yeah.
There's so much more strength there. I'm so glad you shared. I'm so glad you shared. I'm so glad you asked. And I'm so
Thank you.
sorry you're in it.
Yeah. I am proud of how I'm showing up. Like he
Yes.
doesn't appreciate how petty I'm not being during all of this. Like I could have gone full like
You could have. Carrie
Dick mode,
Underwood.
but I like, my past younger self would have done that. But yeah, I am really proud of how I am showing up.
Yeah, for you.
So, yeah.
I
And
love
my
it.
daughter, like that's
Yeah.
really the most important thing too, is me being there for her and
Yeah.
being an example for her too as she grows,
Yeah.
just being a better person in general for both of us.
I love,
It's hard work,
yes.
but thank you.
No motivation like having kids.
Yeah. And there's also no test like having kids for sure.
Yeah, amen. It grows you.
Yes, for sure.
That
Thank
was
you.
beautiful. Thank you, Heather.
Actually, before Heather, we
Mm,
had a question in the chat from James who would prefer if I shared instead.
I
So
love
it
that. Healthy
sounds,
boundaries. Okay.
yes, it sounds like a very multifaceted conversation or situation with a lot of pain and nuance. Um, Ultimately, what I have gathered, and James, please cut in our chat as I inevitably mess things up, is that they're now filed for divorce, but it feels like he feels, I'm going to assume that your pronouns are he, him, but I don't know. He feels like he's been forced into this decision, like it's not a mutual
Mm.
decision to divorce. The primary question is how do you suggest the first steps to take towards healing? But it seems like there's some other questions layered in here about feeling frustrated by the stories that are being told that don't feel true, about still believing that they could do something with this, but she quit couples therapy after 4 sessions and doesn't seem to want to make a change. So
Mhm.
yeah, it seems like a really painful situation.
Yeah. Um, it started with feeling forced to into the decision of divorce, meaning that she asked for a divorce or meaning that she somehow twisted you into asking for a divorce?
Hmm, let's see. I had to file for divorce. I'm a man, and this was a decision I did not want to have to make. She didn't want to work, so I feel forced into this decision.
Okay. You didn't, I mean, it's not a decision you made. It's a decision she made. So you weren't forced into any decision really there. Your decision is either to accept it or to not accept it, but not accepting it is internal, right? Like you can't control the other person. You can't convince them to be with you. And if you're with somebody who you have to convince to be with you, they're not your person. And the number one criteria for being with somebody is that they want to be with you, that they want to show up for you. And it's not your failing at persuading them to stay that is the problem. Love is not something that we earn. It's something that people choose to give us or not, which was really hard for me to learn. Everybody before Dan, I I loved a person who didn't really like me back. It was great. I was like, this is juicy. And I think it's this, the harder love is to earn, maybe it feels like the more valuable it must be. Maybe their standards are high. So if I meet that standard, I must be amazing. Uh, That's what happened over and over again for my wiring. And so then when someone would reject me, my whole body response was, I will get them back. I will get them to love me. I will get them to want me. I'll write the perfect letter. I'll write the perfect email. I'll do the perfect call. I'll say the perfect thing. I'll send them that gift that they always wanted. I'll like my whole body would get into I can get them back. I can get them back and get them back. This life or death level of I will get this person to love me back. And it the thing that shifted everything for me was realizing love is not something you earn. It's something somebody gives you. That's why at the beginning of this call, when someone asked, what are the questions you should ask a new couple? What are questions a new couple should ask each other when they're figuring out if they should be together or not? And my answer was, I don't really care what questions you ask. The most important thing is to notice, how do they treat the people that they say they love? Do they stick around? Do they show up? Because however they treat them is how they're going to eventually treat you. And when I feel every time I felt the most powerless in my life, actually, anytime I feel powerless at all, is if I'm trying to have power over anyone who isn't me. If I'm trying to convince anybody to feel anything, to do anything, I will start to feel out of control and I will start to feel powerless because in that moment, I 100% think they've got control over me. So if I can fix them, if I can change how they act, if I can change what they want, if I can change how they feel about me specifically, if I can change how you feel about me, then I'll be okay. And I'll get mad at them for not loving me. And I'll get mad at them for not showing up for me. And I'll get mad at them for doing the hurtful thing at me. And that's because I have forgotten how much power I actually have over me. I get to choose what I accept. I get to choose to only be in relationships with people who want to be with me. I get to choose how I heal, what I need to do next for me to be a more full, loving version of me. I don't get to choose what you do. I don't get to choose how you feel. And it sucks sometimes when you've decided you don't want me and you don't see me and you don't love me, and it hurts because it makes me wonder if maybe that's what I deserve. And if you make me wonder if maybe that's what I deserve, then you're not my person. I don't want people in my life who make me ask that question. I want people in my life who make me strive to love, be more loving and love myself more and be more myself. So your decision isn't if you divorce or not. Your decision is, how do you handle you? How do you heal you and the part you can control, not her. And also, I'm so sorry. It hurts. like a lot. Like it hurts so much. I, yeah. I hope it wasn't too harsh. It was a little harsh. Is it hard? Is it too harsh, James? Say in the chat it was too harsh. I did not. I didn't want to yell at you. Heather, I'm apparently ranty today, so buckle up.
Hi, Morgan. Thank you for doing this. I recently found your page and have been sharing your videos with everyone that I love because they're so helpful. Um, I am currently finding myself in a bit of a predicament where my partner and I have been starting therapy and working towards having a better connection, but it feels like we just continue to grow apart. And I don't know at what point, like, what point do you pull the plug? How do you know if your efforts are going to be, fruitful and um, like, how do you come back together after a lot of time apart?
Hmm. I have questions. You said what are you doing in couples therapy?
So we just started not that long ago, but working on conflict resolution mostly.
Mm-hmm. And how's that going?
I'm learning a lot, and I feel like I'm getting better at being an active listener and validating his feelings. I don't feel like the same is necessarily true on the other side. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
receive a lot of defensiveness.
Hmm. When he's defensive back at you, how do you handle that?
Um, I try to be curious, um, and but sometimes I have a hard time and I shut down or point it out.
Mm-hmm. You say it seems like you're feeling defensive, something like that.
I point out his defensiveness and that it feels hard to have a conversation when he's in that kind of state.
Yeah, I mean that's taking a time out is invaluable during those times. You're not asking for specific tools. So let me focus on your actual question.
Thank you.
Your actual question was essentially you're exhausted. You're working so hard. You feel like you're doing way more work than he's doing and you're like, "When do I stop doing the work and when do I
Yeah.
push through?"
Yeah, it feels like we're just kind of continuing to grow apart and like neither of us is really pouring into the relationship. We're making more withdrawals than deposits into our emotional bank and we hardly touch or kiss or, it just feels kind of like we're roommates and I don't know, like kind of feels like the chicken or the egg, like who goes first? What do we do? How do we come back together when it feels like it's really hard for either of us to take that first step?
Yeah, God, it's so hard because it doesn't feel safe. So it's like, make me feel safe and then I'll be loving. But you're not going to make me feel safe until I'm loving. And that's
Exactly.
happening on both sides.
Exactly.
I have the same, this is kind of a similar question. Should I stay or should I go? Is the wrong question because it's too extreme. So then every conversation is this a good relationship or a bad one? Do I stay or do I not? Is this a waste of time or is it not a waste of time? And it's this huge, heavy burden. So
Mhm.
the question is, what's the healing I need in this moment? And then getting that healing first from yourself and then inviting them along. Back to the dick comment. Dream invitation collaboration. I would have what I do with the couples I work with is actually talk through this and go, what do we want our relationship to look like? If we weren't so pissy at each other like this, what do we want it to look like? Who do I want to be in that relationship? Who do you want to be in that relationship? Okay. I I want to become this. I want to head towards that person who feels like this. Now I know you want to head towards this person who feels like this. I'm going to do everything in my power to head towards being that person, not towards changing you. And if that person ends up being somebody that is so healed that I can't relate to you, we're not connecting, you're not having the same conversations as me, then we're not going to be together. And that scares me because the relationship I'm dreaming of, I want it with you. But if you don't walk there too, it's not going to be possible to have it with you. I'm determined to be this kind of partner in this kind of relationship. I really hope that you come with me. That's the header conversation that you have at some point soonish, where it's a collaboration. Here's my dream. How does that sound to you? How do we get there? Dream, invitation, collaboration. How do you think we get there? And then he'll throw in things that he wants to, if you're able to, if he's able to do that. And then every time you are in an argument, he's getting defensive, whatever, the thing you hold yourself to is how you want to feel day to day, who you want to become day to day, not what he needs to do to make you feel that way, which I do. Let me just I mean, I'll be pissed and I'm like, mostly I get mad that he's mad. That's mostly my thing. Like, why are you mad? I don't deserve it. And then I'm trying to get him to stop being mad. And when I catch myself doing that, I pull back and I'm like, okay, what is the healing I need? Which is the scene questions. I use the scene. Do you know the scene questions? You said you're new to my content, so maybe not. Okay, so in the moment of this is how you know what healing you need. In the moment of the fight, when you feel shitty, take a pause and turn to yourself and ask, what am I scared? What am I scared is true right now? I'm scared that he hates me. I'm scared that we won't make it. I'm scared, whatever the fear is. And getting to that vulnerability is really helpful. And you can turn it back around and be like, I'm lashing out because I'm scared we won't make it, or I'm scared whatever. And that's a really good test of, okay, can we have this kind of conversation or not? And if he can't handle a vulnerable statement like that, you're like, okay, you're not the person I do this with. That sucks. SEEN. If you don't have a fear, then embarrassed. What is the thing? Am I embarrassed about something right now? Like, am I lashing out because I'm embarrassed that you saw me do something stupid? What's actually happening here? Am I embarrassed because I said it wrong and now you're defensive or whatever? Everything is different. And then the second E is expectations. What was I expecting of myself and of you? And did we agree on that expectation? Half the time, I'm expecting you to react the way I would, and I'm mad that you're not. But you're a different person than me. So where are you coming from? What was it like for you? And then N, what do I need? What do I need right now to do for myself, to take care of myself and this relationship? And I say, what do I need to do, not what do they need to do? Because what our brains do instantly is go straight to, I need you to change. I need you to be better. I need you to not be defensive. I need you to be friendly. I need you to be chill and to rock or whatever. And SEEN ends with N, not just because it's great that it makes the word seen, but also because if you start there, you'll start by pointing fingers. And if you end there, it'll be a hug to yourself instead. I have a workbook which we're working on. Once it's done, you should get it, but it'll like literally take you through conflict. I hope that helps. I feel like I threw so many things at you.
I appreciate it. Yes. Thank you.
Was it helpful?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. Good. I just went on a whole thing. You gave me the like peak of an iceberg and I went, there's so much under there.
Yeah. Thanks, Morgan.
Thank you, Heather. It was good to meet you.
You too.
Do we have another question?
Want to know if we have any other questions for anybody in Zoom before I throw up a live stream one. Anybody can raise their digital hand. They can put it in the chat. I'll give you a minute, and if not.
And thank you for being here. This is our second ever figuring this out fun thing. So thank you for being here. We also would love your feedback about how to make this better.
Yes.
And what to keep, what to change, all that stuff.
Okay, Booker put something in the chat that I will read out loud.
Ooh, cool name.
I'm continuing my question. Do you want to speak out loud? Let's see.
That's such a good name. Is
Incredible.
that a real name or did you change your name to a fake name? Because it's a really good name. Oh, it's up there. 1154. I'm divorced with a child.
It's a real name.
Nice. Great name. I'm divorced with a child. Will you read it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm divorced with a child. My ex left and I found out that she was interested in a relationship with someone else. I'll never know why, and I'm starting to accept that. But now we're constantly around each other because we have a 7-year-old daughter. We're around each other at events, but we don't talk to each other. I do feel like it's more on my behalf, but I can't deal with being around her and ex.
What's the question?
I don't know.
What's the question? How to handle it?
I don't know. I'm assuming we don't have another question,
Or
and
maybe
I'm not sure.
should you not feel
Yes,
that?
how to handle it.
What do you want? I mean, oh man, this is a hard thing about chat because I've got questions back. Because what do you actually want that relationship to feel like? Right? That's your question. If right now you're in a phase where you don't have you don't have to go live if you don't want to. It's just harder. Hey,
Okay, there we go. All right, can you hear me?
yes.
Sorry, I'm in my car just running errands and stuff. Yeah, so my question is like I know for my daughter it would be easier for her to see her mom and I communicate better.
Hmm.
But for me right now, when I'm around her mom and her girlfriend, it's tough for me to have like any kind of like open, normal kind of like dialogue
Hmm.
because I still have like a lot of resentment towards that person and
Hmm.
her interference with, you know, the marriage that I had and the marriage that she had too.
Hmm.
Um, so I guess my question is like, how do I start to get over that or address those issues? Because I think one of the things is that the thing that I want to know, my ex will never tell me,
Hmm.
and I'm accepting that. But I also think that's one of the things that I need to know in order to go back to a friendship level of like
Hmm.
not necessarily like hating being around the person that I spent so many years with,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
You want to feel friendly towards your ex, and you can't feel that way unless you know a specific truth.
Correct.
And she doesn't want you to know the specific truth.
Correct.
Okay. So are you hear the and you hear in that the problem. What do you hear in that?
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I've been
Well, I hear
doing.
here if I pulled it back, what I hear is I want to feel a certain way, but I can't feel that way until that somebody else does something. So I'm not allowed to feel the way I want to feel until that somebody else changes something that they do that I have no control over. And so I feel really out of control and frustrated because I can't control them and to do the thing that would make me feel good.
Gotcha.
Is I hear that's what I'm hearing
Well,
is
I mean,
that
it's. I guess I don't feel like it's like a control thing, um, but
mhm.
I guess I have to find a way of getting past of not knowing 100% and trusting because like it's a lack of trust with the other person,
Yeah.
and I think a part of friendship is like trust and everything else.
Mhm.
But right now, it's like not necessarily about friendship. We're just co-parenting,
Yeah.
and in order to make it easier on my daughter, because when she's at gymnastics or somewhere else, like she'll look and see us both in two separate areas,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily the easiest thing. And the person that I'm dating, like she's divorced, and like her and her ex can at least like sit next to each other at like sporting events and such.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like in my eyes, I'm like, okay, that's kind of nice, you know, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of like, how the heck did you guys get to this point?
Yeah. It's what couldn't have been. I mean, I guess some people might, maybe it was immediate, but have you ever done parts work?
No.
Okay. So the part of you that is protecting you and being like, we don't trust this person. They don't tell us the truth. I'm sure there's a longer list than that. I'm going to stop that. They don't tell us the truth. They won't
Yeah.
tell us the truth. Why would we trust them? you have what I hear is a battle of the part of you that's like, I want to do what's best for my daughter. I want to be happy and friendly with my ex. I want that. And then this part of you that's like, hell no. No, I don't trust her. She doesn't tell me the truth. We're not doing that. And then it's more an internal, draining internal battle that's happening.
Hmm.
It sounds like what you need in that moment is asking the part of you that's resistant, that doesn't trust her and doesn't want you to trust her, actually respecting that part of you and being like, hey, thank you for protecting me. What do you need from me to feel safe? And maybe the answer is to sit in the opposite corner. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It actually means you're honoring your boundaries and taking care of your parts. And that will start to, and then you'll find your process. It's like it seems like you have this pressure internally of I need to heal. I need to be at that point in the journey because it will be better for my daughter. But if you sacrifice yourself for anyone, even your kids, you will resent them to the level that you sacrifice yourself. So it won't be as good for your daughter as it sounds on paper.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that part of you that's trying to protect you knows something. It's wise.
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that makes.
What landed? Say more.
I mean, the part that's like protecting me, and I am pretty much I don't know, like an Enneagram 9 and a people pleaser, like to the core.
Yeah.
And I think that's also like a part of like the issue with like, you know, the previous relationship. Um, and now it's kind of like the part that's protecting me is like, I, I don't know, like I want to uh, have that, like, relationship. And I think it's also like a part of it's kind of like, um, growing up too, I'm a divorced kid, so it's like this is like
Mm.
the last thing I ever wanted to do was get divorced and have a kid and
Yeah.
such. So there's like a lot of like that personal like hurt that's like being protective, and like that person shattered all that,
Yeah.
and so it's trying. I don't know, like I understand like I have to kind of still give myself the protective like space or the boundary space, and then eventually maybe it'll work out to being better once it heals.
And communicating that way is a really solid step towards trusting because it's almost like you don't trust yourself with around her. Like you don't trust yourself to protect yourself around her or something.
Right.
So being able to say, hey, you're not a bad person, but you're not a person that I trust right now. I want to get there, but I got a lot of inner child healing before that happens. So I'm going to sit over here.
Okay.
Honors you and her at the same time and is a really solid step because you didn't have to abandon yourself to do that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Gotcha.
saying something like that is really cool. When I work with co-parents, we navigate this a lot of where is the line? Because your line, their line, one person is like, I'm good. And the other person's like, I am not good. And respecting the person who's not good. And nobody has to be, that's not wrong.
Hmm.
You're not there yet. And finding a way to say that is really helpful too.
All right. All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you. It was so good to meet you. I'm glad you popped on.
Oh, you're welcome. I figured it's easier to talk about it than just type it all out. So,
Yeah, there's so much warmth to you, by the way. So it
oh,
was,
well, thank you.
yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice to talk to you. I have full faith that you'll get through this and in like 5 years you'll look back and go, wow, that was kind of wild, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks, Booker. What a good name. Oh, we've gone over time and then I have it 12:30. Okay. Didn't realize. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming, for doing this. This was so fun. Which I know is weird because we talk about such heavy stuff, but I really love that I get to do this work and that you were so bold and shared your vulnerability. And yeah, it's such a gift. Happy holidays. Happy holidays and happy new year. I don't think we're not doing it next week, so I'll see you in January. Bye. I can't.